All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League here, Channel 2. This will be our potentially final match here of the week. I think we got some OCE way later on. But otherwise, here in NA, wrapping things up across Channels 1 and 2 and wrapping up the second to last week, the penultimate week, before we reach the end and get to our postseason, our finals, and so on and so forth. But here on the cast, I'm Palidore, and being joined again by JG for a final game. And here in the Silver Division, JG, I'm excited to see what these teams can bring to the table.
I mean, yeah, we've got Nautilus with an 1100 MMR, just reaching that silver, and we got Rebrand having that loss streak, but maybe tonight we can see them come back and make redemption. But it looks like these teams are both pretty matched up, as Rebrand has played a little bit more, as they've played 22 matches, a 10-12 win-loss, and Nautilus with 4-4. I've actually played against both teams back in my brute force days.
Oh.
So it's going to be very yeah, it's pretty cool to see that I'm able to cast games that I've played VRML games against. So it's very cool, and it's very exciting to finally be able to get these lower divisions casted, and it's always good to get them streamed because I always love to get the thank yous and all that. So it's awesome to see that, but hopefully we can get it ready up soon, as I'm excited to see what both of these teams have to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolute mint. What does that mean? I don't know what it meant. But yeah, I'm excited for this game too, because for these teams, as I often and always will say, it's they are the future of Echo. I know we're a big league now with thousands of players, about 4,500 to date. We have around 400 teams, but we see it. We've seen it across the seasons here, because right now, when you look at the teams who are currently in Master, the players who are currently in Master, the players who are currently in Diamond or Gold, for instance, in Season 1 or Season 2, those are the players who, back then, like I said, they were in Bronze, they were in Silver. And then as time goes on, months go by, they're finding themselves there at the upper divisions. They're finding themselves reaching those Diamond and even the Master tiers. It's a great mix in the Master tier across our leagues now, of both kind of older, familiar faces and some newer ones who have just joined with Quest, for instance. And that way, or that's why I'm saying, with these teams here, it's all about how they can finish the season and what that progression is going to look like going into Season 4. I'm always thrilled to see that development.
I mean, yeah, and then as more and more teams come through, then we're going to see more and more competition. It's exciting to see that all these teams playing and having fun, and I don't know. I was just gonna say of how, like I said before, it's always great to see these teams just play against each other, and sometimes they just like to do it for fun. Sometimes teams are a little bit more serious at sometimes, and then sometimes people are more serious. It just depends on where you're going. But
yeah.
You got two sides of VRML, or there's probably a lot more sides. I just don't know it. But you got the serious sides, and then the dark side, which is Joker.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Agreed. Not really.
Wait. But no, it's you got the Masters and all that doing a great job giving us that bang on VRML 1 venues and all that. And we've also got lower divisions just having a good time and having fun, playing along. And as somebody that's never done esports in my life, I've just got to give a shout out to give something in my life to just have fun and just enjoy it, meeting new people and joining the VRML Discord. I've heard this from a lot of people, but people have recognized other people in the Echo lobbies just from VRML, and it's really nice to get the community bigger, and you can recognize more people, talk to your friends, have fun, and even if you don't play, you can just have a nice scrim that isn't even recorded for MMR and just have a good time. So it's it's great, and it's always fun to see people recognize you, even if you aren't a caster, even if you aren't a part of Joker. You can still have a lot of friends from all across the world and all across the divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. This is a league, as Smooth's right in the chat there pointing out. I mean, it's moving, this league. It's growing. Also complimenting Nautilus's logo. Or is it not a lie? No, that's the truth. Anyway, what I'm saying.
That was smooth.
Raiden. No, I was happy about that one because it actually wasn't intentional until it happened, and then it made me happy that it happened. But that said, unexpected puns are always the best ones. So are the rhymes. Anyway, all I'm getting at though is this league. That's the nice part about it, and the thing I kind of pride myself and we pride ourselves on is the fact that yeah, you can be a new team, a new player. You can be a veteran team, veteran players. It doesn't really matter what side of the dedication level you're on, hardcore, casual, otherwise. You can still play in VRML and you're still going to get some quality matches, especially after the first few weeks. We have that MMR system, which after a few matches in VRML, you kind of get placed somewhere on the ladder, and usually by week 2, week 3 especially, and then from there on out, you're going to be pretty solidly getting these competitive matches, flexible scheduling where it doesn't matter if you can only play on certain days of the week or hours, what have you. I mean, it's all designed around flexibility for the players and the participants, both on the casting side as well as the player side and the moderating side. It's based on what you can do, your level of dedication, level of passion. That's what fuels the league week in, week out.
Yes, we got Simply in chat saying, how are they silver at 230 and 1080 MMR? I think with the 1080 MMR, they were in silver, but now they're on the brink of getting high bronze, if I am correct. But you can mistake me if I'm incorrect. It's 1100 and 1080 are the two MMR levels that are the brinks of it. It's either you're going to be getting closer to high bronze or going to be getting to low silver, going to be trying to secure that. But is that? I'm not sure, but yeah, we got Simply in the chat. We got Gems. Good evening.
Good evening. Quick note, because I want people hearing those Windows notifications. Sorry on my end, because I'm alt-tabbing out. So just letting you know the players we are starting, by the way. I think one of the things that does get a little confusing is sometimes we join these matches and then they see us exit. They don't realize that we rejoin through Spark, through spectator mode. So that's the case. I just want to shout that out because we shout out Spark all the time, courtesy of IgniteVR.gg, for a very good reason. It makes joining matches in spectator with or without friends on your list a lot faster. So that's all. But JG, back to you.
I mean, yeah, I feel like they'd be kind of cool to have like an announcer and or a little message pop up like the party invite on your wrist that would just show like a custom message for obvious perms, just to make sure that the casters can notify you when it's ready. Yeah. But speaking of which, it's going to be Nautilus with the disc going to be looking for a throwdown, as it's going to be Kenny and Cyan with that disc going to be doing a nice stack as it's going to be passed down to Cyan, but that connection's not going to be there. It will be there a little bit later, but it's going to be Hobo going to be setting that down with that stun, but back into Kenny's hands.
Can I just point out, oh, look, this is alluding to what Slow Riding was pointing out about, Silver is at so-and-so place in the ranks is what I'm trying to get at. But look, even the dribble moves and some of these passings, this is what I was referring to in our earlier streams, right? The Echo did not used to be like this. This many teams, like deep into the rankings and the brackets, are still so solid with these extra meta moves that just never became development for years in Echo Arena. So that's another pride point, I think, is the fact that we have so many players and video footage to actually watch over and study, that you have teams at every division, bronze through master, able to execute like this.
I'm excited to see some new moves, some new strategies that's going to come through, as a lot of esports leagues actually do have strategies, and there's going to be new... No way. There's more games on esports? Wow. But just there's like the boop shots that's bouncing on top of the on top of the high ceiling from the clouds. We've got the Kung shot, which is at the higher levels, but I've seen multiple people. As Albert's going to be going for that three-pointer. Finally, a minute 45 in, is that going to be the first pointers? It's going to be a 3 from Albert, and to his name, he got the 3.
That it did, and credit to him for the shot. It looked nice and calm, even though it was a stalemate to start off this match. Just easy does it. Seemed cool, calm, collected, and they did indeed collect that 3-point check as Toasty checking out the past space. But outside the tunnel, rebounded, short ranger, nice catch to 015, and Hobo in the back lane will be contested as well, but finds a good pass here, and they're lining up their offense and spacing out pretty beautifully, I might say.
As it will be space, gonna have some space here as it's gonna be trying to pass it down to Toasty, but Toasty's not gonna make it. That stun is gonna come through and it's gonna be a miss. A little bit of a stalemate is it's gonna be space with that disc once again, making that reset. Great plays, I've gotta say, is that everybody's getting these plays down, and it's good to see that no matter what division you are in, you can still have some nice strategies and great teamwork. As it will be space with that disc, making a cut pass down to 15A. Gonna be a great cut and making a nice response 53 seconds in.
Love that cut, and I love the pass as well. The patience being shown, they are willing to back it out and search for their higher percentage plays, so nice stuff from them. And I'm sorry, Smooth Ride, ding, I kind of dinged that play call, didn't I, when I called you out. We'll never, ever do it again. But welcome to D-Foot, a.k.a. the doctor of the foot variety. Glad to have you in the chat here over from OCE. But do you see this? It's Toasty with a disc.
As Toasty's gonna get that disc, gonna be making a nice and comfortable warm Toasty throw down to 15A as they're gonna be making some resets, playing very slow and comfortably, as they do still have those opportunities. As Toasty's gonna do a little bit of a 360 if they got points for skill, then they, or not for skill, sorry, for talent points.
Or flash for flare, you get the style points is what you're referring to, I think?
The style points, thank you. It's not at the top of my lips.
Well, Cyan is going to roll it up to the top of this bubble, it looks like, just floating in, kind of directing traffic. You can see it waving the arms, trying to signal for a cutter, but instead got cut off by the defensive clamps of 015 and Space, and they're going to be sent down midfield, trying to get that as well. Albert taps it into the mid, and another recovery, Cyan, but he'll be Cyan, as it will be taken back, actually, so never you mind. In, as that's 015, a slap out.
As that slap out is going to get down through, as that's going to be looking very close towards Nautilus's side, as it's going to be making some bounces off of Geo, given the side of Nautilus to get a little bit more defense beforehand. This is going to be a pass down through, but it's not going to make the connection. It will be space with it, but it's going to be sent down through as there's going to be a mutual stun from both sides, as that disc is going to be just left in the space, just floating, as it's going to be passed down, and it's going to miss both of those people from the side of Nautilus, as it's going to be sent right down through, and a nice clear.
Perfect clear as well, yeah, and 3 players latching on, separating off. Meanwhile, defense getting back into the bubble. Covering it is Hobo, diving out is 015, and Kenny inverting, and that would have been a most unusual score there, almost breaking the backs, or at least breaking mine looking at it. But nearly a hit, a ding instead, flinged into the midfield, back into the orange zone, where a recovery from Space, but Space met with stuns.
Man, a stun fest we have here is, you think you're going to get the disc, but guess what? You're getting stunned, as both sides are going to be fighting for it, as both sides have only made 1.3 by Nautilus. Caster's Curse, hello? Maybe. I always love that. I always love that Caster Curse. As soon as I say, oh, it's only been 1 point scored by both sides, or 1 goal, and then just the opposite happens, as Kenny's going to get that disc down to Albert, as Albert's going to pass it down to Kenny, but it's not going to make the connection, and Space will be there for the recovery, sending it down right back into the side of Nautilus.
Going into the two-man game there, they pass back, pass forward, and such really nice moves if you can execute it. And so it was a good idea, just couldn't quite get there. I like that coverage, though, from Kenny at the nest, really reading the next pass and knowing that the receiver, well, had to be covered and just not giving them time to really do much with it. That's a big key to bubble defense, is once those passes go out, you're not giving unneeded seconds of action where the receiver can line up their next pass or they can make a decisive move on the goal. You're just denying that, just like Kenny denied that stun with that bold move.
As that bounce shot's going to be a nice pass torn down to Cyan, as that stack is going to get there. As that bounce shot, maybe not intentional, is going to give it back into Cyan with a little bit of a self-pass. As it's going to be contested. It's looking clear, it's looking close. Albert with the bounce, but it's going to be a ding. And Cyan's going to be trying to go for it again. but it will not make it. It will be in the hands of Kenny once again, as it's going to be trying to maybe doing a solo, but it's going to be 15A with that stun, sending it down through mid once again.
What a scrum that was, up and down the bubble and popping it, no doubt, a million times. So many of those stuns ringing through. I'm just surprised that a goal wasn't produced out of that, because that disc was floating within just a few feet of that goal so many times. But Toasty now seeing if they can punish and just capitalize off the lack of scoring on the other end with some plays here, much like their first with the passing. There you go again, back pass, reset, and now space out. This is nice.
As that's going to be a potential nice shot, actually bouncing down into 15A's hands. It's going to be a possible 2, but it will not make it, as Albert is going to have a fortunate ding for him, as it's going to be right back into Hobo, keeping in the side of Nautilus as they're going to be pressured, but that pressure is going to be released. It's going to be sent down through, but it's going to be once again, the pressure's being tightened as it's going to be released once again. Caster's Curse. I cannot speak today. Hello, Palidores. It's going to be sent right down through, and Nautilus possibly going to be getting a point, as this might be a response. Going to be trying to go for something, but Toasty with that stun, sending it down through once again, looking very close to that goal.
Yeah, the absolutely great stun to give them an opportunity, and if they can find the stacks, that's what it comes down to, right? You cause a turnover, well, now you need to turn around, look for someone to grab onto, whether a teammate or an enemy for a leech, but get down that floor as fast as you can, and that's what they're trying to do. There you go. There's Albert and Cyan looking for just that, and they're going to be finding themselves an open goal. Right before some stuns possibly came through, they went up 5-2.
And speaking of 5, that is going to be 5 minutes and 25 seconds. I think that is all divisible by 5, so lots of 5s in this, with Orange going to be having 5. Today's a 5 day, as it is going to be the joust possession from Toasty, and Toasty's going to get that pass down through, but it's going to be bouncing, as it will be back into 15A's hands, as they have an opportunity to possibly respond. They have to get a 3-pointer here, or else this might be an end game. They still have that time, so if they can take it, they can get it through. It's looking like Toasty's going to be able to get that disc down through, down to 15A. 15A going to be going for a pass down to Space, and Space is going to have that space and get it into that goal.
All right, so the decision there, they had a couple choices. Are we going to go for that goalie 3, or are we going to just try and take a quick 2? I think had they had time, like had they been able to get the first push into the bubble before it got kind of clustered again and knocked out, a 2 would have been fine. But unfortunately, by the time they did have that move, just as you can see there, they didn't leave enough on the clock for them to be able to joust out, cause a turnover, and get another goal. So with that, the first round in this best of 3 is gonna be taken there by Nautilus.
But I've got to say is that this is actually a pretty equal match. As maybe this was just the first round warm-up, as that is sometimes for the teams is kind of like that first head joust in the mid. It's either super quick or it takes time. It takes a really long time. But let's see. I'm very curious to see which side will come out on the second round. As I'm not sure who might do it, as both sides did a great job defending, and even with those clustered dog fights, as I like to call it, in the close goal, that they still defended, and there's only such a short amount of time that was actually in the goal, as it was just being sent back and forth like a ping pong match. But yeah, I'm actually very curious to see what happens in this second round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, close game at the end of the day, lower scoring, but not for a lack of pace, because there was certainly plenty of back and forth action and stacking going on in there. You can see a ghost with the most toast pointing just that out, and might I say I love that name for a lot of reasons. But yeah, a lot of stacks, a lot of speed, trying to get even to the next level if they can as we head into the second round, and will be Rebrand trying to force this round 3. We'll see if they can do just that right about now.
Let's see what happens, as that is going to be a head joust from the side of Rebrand. But it will be that bounce, as Nautilus had a great opportunity or a great idea by just staying back, as sometimes if you know that you won't be able to make it, just stay slow and just have that defense, as now they actually will maybe have that possession. It's looking like it's staying slow, it's having that air, but it's going to be that space, sending it down through right close into Nautilus's side. This might be a nice response
Oh,
as Toasty's
no.
gonna miss it. And it'll be a slap from Albert as that is gonna be back into the hands of Toasty's hands.
Oh, credit to them, missing maybe the easier opportunity, but not giving up on the play, and that is as much of a part of Echo Arena as anything and as any sport, making up for any mistakes with just the focus, the laser focus. So they got the disc back, and they still have a chance to capitalize on the first couple points of the second round, as Hobo, you can see, calling for the disc, flashing the hands there, and receiving that pass, eventually getting to space, and right into the goal from a tight angle just as the sun came in with that wingspan on that corner pocket.
You know, I feel like the hand gestures, if you don't know how to, I think mostly in pubs is when I use that the most, is if you have high contact and you start flashing your stun, that's the best way of knowing, hey, I'm open, you should maybe pass it to me. But even if it actually kind of shows a non-verbal way of speaking, because we can't hear comms, so it's kind of cool to see what happens. Is going to be Cyan making a nice connection, but it will be the side of Rebrand going to be sending that down through with an unfortunate bounce off of Geo, as it's going to be looking like Cyan's going to get that disc, going to be slapping it back, but that is going to be bounced back into Nautilus' side, as it will be a nice stack from Rebrand, as they're going to be re-grabbing towards that goal.
Oh, I think that was an alley-oop attempt, it looked like, but the player there on the goalie, I believe it was Hobo, was trying to deal with the goalie, and then as the disc came sailing, just went under the reach. But Toasty is there for maybe another reach, and they're trying to recharge if they can, and charge forward into the midline past these two defenders creeping up on them. But actually, mishandling of the disc will eventually get to Kenny, so turnover indeed. Now up to the sky, and that's going to actually be a ramp shot, nearly going in.
That are some of the shots that I don't see a lot of, so taking that opportunity was very smart of them, and it got it back down through. But Rebrand had that nice stack back down through, as they're actually pressuring really well, and it will be Space having that nice space, a possible mail. Oh, that was dirty. Space having the being free floating, oh so majestically getting that mail shot. Wow.
Shot that one from orbit, and what about that? At 5 points straight now to start off the second round, and we said for for the side of Rebrand, if they wanted to force that round 3, they had to make a little bit of adjustments and get back on the board here to have a successful round, and starting off with 2 goals in a row, and even some more. Look at that troublesome defense in the midfield, really playing tight here. This is the way they needed to start.
I mean, yeah, I gotta completely agree with you. Nothing else to say there, is Kenny's gonna be trying to go for that solo, gonna be trying to go for that backboard shot, but it's not gonna make that right bounce, as Albert's gonna gain that repossession once again, as it will be on the side of Nautilus, pushing slowly and surely, as it will be a save from Hobo, getting clustered by 2 people. Still nothing else.
Oh no! Oh, the heartbreak!
Oh, the heartbreak, the heartburn, as that burned for Hobo.
Is that guy even human? Is that guy a Hobo sapien? I don't think so. That was nuts. Credit to Kenny for the grab back on the dunk, but man, those 2 saves, there was so much defense in there. I don't know how you even grab that reliably without grabbing players.
Oh, but it's gonna be, that was extremely close to the goal. Space had that correct spot. Is it gonna be 15A, gonna be almost missing it, trying to go for maybe a slam dunk, but it's gonna be a little bit too short, but gets it in nonetheless. 15 seconds in, as it is gonna be a 5-point lead for Rebrand, as they rebrand their momentum, as this is looking very good for Rebrand, and possibly maybe for a 3rd round, as this is about to hit the halfway mark.
Yeah, so in a position now, Nautilus, with that first round win, they're trying to keep that going, but at this moment, the momentum has shifted and it continues to flow. And 9-2 off of Toasty's make, 11 seconds off the clock. This has really turned into a drastically different round, not only because Rebrand has taken this kind of lead, but I mean, it was 5-4 last round. Right now, I mean, the pace is just quickened unbelievably on the scoring here, JG.
Yeah, again, like, I always like to say is that I always like to see the second round before the first round, is because that second round can mean the different of a team, as that stack from Nautilus is going to try and go for something, as that shot from Albert almost making it 3, but it's going to be at that 7-meter mark, as that is going to be a nice response from the side of Nautilus, as that is now only a 5-point difference, as they said, oh, no, if you're going to get a 2, we're going to get a 2. So maybe this is the back and forth that we needed from Nautilus, and maybe they can come back.
That was well done. Well executed offense, certainly from Nautilus, and they might be able to do it again here. It's going to be a one-on-one in the goal, trying to hit the brakes, but getting hit instead right inside for a 3-point differential. So firing back is Nautilus. They're not one to be sunk.
And wow, it's now only a three-point difference, as this game went from something super different a minute or two ago, and now it's just a roundabout, as Rebrand is going to get that disc going for something super quickly, as this Nautilus is going to have some nice regrabs that gave him that 2-pointer. But Toasty's going to be going for that reset. Oh no, that's looking very...
Oh no.
That would have been a heartburn if that went in, but it'll be Albert with that disc, and it will be actually Space gonna be going for that 3, so close yet so wait. The dings! That was a double dinger from both sides. We got a ding from Nautilus and a ding from Rebrand, so that was great.
They were both so close, just makes you tense up in your seat. I can't even imagine the players and thinking those had a chance to go in. They're the ones involved in the action right here. We're just talking about it, but talk about this. It's a great dive from Kenny. So that disc is loose, but unfortunately will rebound right back into the orange zone. There might be a little bit of time for Cyan to collect. Courtesy, I think, there of Kent in the background, but still yet in the foreground with the 4 arms. Throwing it in, it's Toasty. They're back up by 6.
There's gonna be a nice and open 3 for them, as it was. Oh, excuse me, I don't want to burp on stream. That would have not been good. Anyways, it will be a joust possession by Nautilus once again, as it now a 6-point difference, as we only have 2:10 left, as this game is coming closer and closer to a 3rd round. But let's see what can happen, as there's a little bit of miscommunication by there, and Toasty will gain that disc once again, sending that down through into mid, bouncing off. Gonna be slowing down, as it will be Space once again. Gonna be trying to find that space, and it's gonna be another ding, but it will be a redemption from Toasty, making that slam dunk.
Held it up there a little bit of maybe an extra second after the rebound, but a quarter second more, that may have just been slapped out of there by the impending stack. So kind of lucky to get that one in, but credit, of course, for being able to actually, get the rebound, be in the right place at the right time for Toasty. With that, a much higher scoring affair this time in the second round. And round 3 is looking like it could be a certainty here, unless a big barrage of plays come out from Nautilus real soon.
Yeah, gotta completely agree with you on there, as it's gonna be some great plays by Rebrand, as they're finally able to oh god, I'm trying to think of a word with there's recover. They're recovering back, as this momentum is coming back to them, as the communication is getting through, as it's gonna be Cyan gonna be trying to get that disc, but it will be 15A gonna be trying to do some slabs, being a little bit too short, as Cyan's gonna get the disc with Hobo, the only one at the disc. They're gonna be soloing, as he's gonna take it slow and surely into the disc, juking in and making it in. 15 seconds in, lots of ins. But who can take this game out? Is this gonna be Nautilus with the 2, or is Rebrand gonna take the first win for them on the second round and hit it to the 3rd?
Oh, we'll have to see. But I mean, time is not really looking like a comeback is there, but maybe some more scores. But yeah, happy to say it's been competitive. So kind of as advertised. And you know what? Look at this. I like it. I love it, in fact. They already know they have the round in the books, so clock management. Why do they need to force something if they have the lead with the time going against them? So yeah, just backing out a little bit and offering no winners opportunities, really, as the round comes to a close. 3rd one, up ahead real soon. Good game.
Yeah, great game. Or I'd say great round. I always like to say that, because I always think GG, because, I mean, I've only been calling it GG, but in VRML we got 3 rounds at up to it, so you might be saying GG at the end of it if you wanted to, but this is going to be a great round for Rebrand, as we're going to have to see what happens. Is Nautilus going to come back, or is it going to be Rebrand getting those nice regrabs that I have been seeing, and they're going to be able to keep this win streak up, this momentum that they've been having. But yeah, they've had some great saves. As I just wanted to see in the scoreboard that it was 8 saves from Rebrand, as they had some very tense moments, as I think the goal or the disc was in their bubble a lot, and it was people like Kobo making those inhuman. Would you? Yeah, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say for the saves there, I think. Okay, so never mind. Error on our side of the stat collecting, so those ones aren't accurate. My apologies for that. So I will actually pull up here. We'll go to the third round, and I'll pull up the stats so people can see. Apologies for that.
Was it set?
It's incorrect on the scoreboard side, our end, but I'll put up the in-game one there so you guys can get a more accurate read, just for posterity as round 3 does start.
Got it. That was my bad, as it's going to be a nice response by 15A. Going to be trying to go for that 3-pointer. It's not going to make it, as it will be Cyan with that slap, sending that down through, but Toasty's going to get that disc once again, as it will be sent, and it will be 15A with that disc once again. But, yeah, it's going to be Hobo with the disc once again. Going to be waiting time, as maybe a little bit of taunting, going to be trying to find something, doing some juking, as it's looking close to that bubble, but it's going to be Albert sending that down through, as it will not be intercepted, as it's looking close, as that regrab is going to be good. It's a possible 3, and it's going to make it! 41 seconds in, and Kenny with a 3.
And Kenny, oh, that was mega. Great job there to capitalize on the immediate stack. I mean, once it was cleared, you can see it was smooth motion. Stack, catch, shoot. There was no hesitation. It was just perfection. It was precision. And a great decision making there. First minute and quick joust. What a rocket of a throw there to space on the side. Just evading and off that barrier. No one awaiting. Taken there by Cyan.
Cyan's gonna get that disc, as that was a great momentum at the beginning of this joust from Rebrand, but Cyan's gonna take it slow. A great idea, gonna be trying to find something as he pushed forward, or he or she pushed forward, as 15A is gonna get that disc once again, sending it down to Toasties. Toasties gonna be looking for possibly a bounce shot. It's looking close. It won't make it, as Albert's gonna get that disc. They do have the point advantage, so they can use this too as much as they can, as they get a 2-pointer. They're still in a 1-point advantage, but Space is gonna be in the right area and gonna be in the good spot, as Space gonna be trying to go for it, but it's gonna be Kint with that disc, stunning and getting it sent right back down into Rebrand's side.
So on those last couple possessions, kind of both players there, QB is holding on to the disc a little too long, so maybe miscommunications from the teammates, not really making them aware of how much time they had. But that said, we're in the heat of a 30-minute battle, gonna be after this one's over, so these teams trying to hunker down and find their opportunities, as one will be there, but then it'll be closed, taken right back, and then they get it done. It's Albert, 5 points. Once more, just a case of somebody swooping in unexpectedly to the player, taking it, and now this time capitalizing.
Capitalizing they did do, is that was a great advantage. As maybe Hobo wasn't there, but it was a great shot nonetheless, as it hit the top of that goal, gonna make it sink down through, and hopefully Rebrand can recover from this, as that 5-point lead is pretty detrimental. As still 7 minutes left, but that momentum, they still need to keep it, as if they want to take this third round. But it's gonna be heading close, as Kenny gonna be trying to go for it, but Toasty's gonna get stunned. Kenny be gonna go for it. Now a 7-point lead for Nautilus.
Yeah, saving grace there was the fact that they did have a goalie in the goal, because otherwise off that initial turnover, that would have been a 3-point threat. So having one back, but that is kind of the dangers you do play when you play it patiently on your own side, as we do get a timeout there just as the buzzer was about to sound on the joust. So teams will go and communicate that. But yeah, all I was saying there is the dangers of kind of that slower paced play, where patience is great But if the other team is trying to accommodate that with some aggression, and you're playing it with those back passes and such, the short passes on your side of the floor, if you can't execute it to perfection, it will come back to haunt you should a turnover occur more often than not.
Yeah, it's not sure what the pause is. Their pings are all good. Maybe just an accidental one. Maybe somebody had to take out the dog, you know.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
You know, even bathroom breaks are very. I mean, I would hate as you're locked in your VR set, so making sure that you're all good and dandy afterwards and or beforewards is always good. As mistakes and out of IRL time is kind of, oh my god, the amount of mistakes that I've had, like. I don't know if you've had this problem, but on my original CV1, I would never hit anything. But on my Quest 2, since I have no wire to reference on where I am relative to my room, if I had $1 for every time I hit my door, I could probably get another replacement for my Quest 2 controller.
I should post. I have a picture somewhere of my CV1. The thing is, Echo is a physical game, obviously. Everything you do. Just about every action you see in the game is one-to-one with what players are doing in real life. Obviously, minus the actual flying through the air, but everything you see with the arms, the head movements, the arm movements, so the throws, the stuns, the spins, etc., that's all one-to-one what they're doing in real life, and it's a physical game. Echo, as a result, absolutely, you want the space, you want the clearance on your overhead on your ceilings, on the side walls. For me, I quite literally, back when I was competing in ESL, I replaced my bed with a hammock. I still have that hammock. I still use it to sleep. Just to create space in my room. And I should post a picture of my controller sometime from my CV1 on the Rift on the PC. It is dinged up to oblivion with paint all over the controllers. But to its credit, it held strong like a Nokia phone, practically. It took a long time for those to be too damaged.
I mean, yeah, with my white walls and my white doors, my green doors, the amount of paint marks I have on my CV1 is crazy, so it's been hit multiple times, but
yeah.
Those CV1 controllers are built like a truck. I have no complaints. The other controllers, I could doubt, maybe just to get it out more to the public. But speaking of which, we have a game to talk about. As 15A is gonna be there, is gonna be possibly taking it slow, making a reset down to Hobo, as gonna be taking it slow, possibly just chilling it down. As a Rebrand gonna be chilling up, as even though they have a 7-point disadvantage, this is almost halfway through the game, and this is still anybody's game. They're gonna be trying to go for something, as Hobo's taking it slow, gonna be trying to find something, maybe doing a solo, as it's gonna be a possible 2, possible 3, as it's gonna be Mist and Kenny gonna be there to save the day, sending it down into Rebrand's side.
And every player here will 3 out of the 4 at the very least, reaching for Nautilus, but will not reach the goal point at the very least. It's a rebound from 15A and into the trap. Taken back here by Kenny. Kenny has some defense nearby, but somehow squeezes one through there on the pass, being snagged again. So overtaking them from behind, and we've seen that a few different times, so I think just a little bit delayed on some of the comms from the teammates there on some of these steals could prove costly should this streak continue on.
That was a dribble. I mean, you wouldn't call it a dribble in Echo Arena, because that's already what a dribble is regrabbing when you throw the disc, but bouncing it back and up and forth. This isn't basketball, this is Echo Arena, as Hobo is going to get that disc. Going to be slowing it down as that time is ticking, as we have hit the halfway mark of this match, as Dosie's going to be taking it slow, still recovering, having that momentum inside of Nautilus's bubble, as they're going to be trying to go for that, but it's going to be that bubble defense from Nautilus's side that does give him that defense, as Albert's going to be trying to go for that quick 3. It's looking close, but it's going to be far, and 15A is going to get that disc.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough shot to hit for sure. Really sidearmed it, basically. Had some momentum fading into the opposite direction, or at least the upward direction. So there were a lot of things going against the percentages of that shot, but maybe just looking for a clear and hoping the teammates arrived. That said, arriving back onto the offense, attempting to, but 3 players overshooting actually for Rebrand, so this will allow plenty of time to recover and to take place inside the goal. Trying to brawl them out, the Toasty passing it down and trying to throw it off the backboard now. It's a rebound again to Space right into the head of the defender, and Space As a result, nonetheless, we'll get the 2 points, and they're finally off of broken the ice in this third round. Took them though 6 minutes plus.
2:40. Or wait, hold on. 6 minutes. Oh, well, yeah. No, I was talking about. If we're talking about just the point difference, if a goal scored, then it'd be about 2 minutes and 48 seconds. But 6 minutes, indeed.
To score their first goal.
You'll score first goal, but it took 2 minutes and 48 seconds for anything, as that's gonna be a nice pass from Albert, as Albert's gonna make that reset down to Kenny. Great plays by them, great stacks. It's gonna be a jump, but 15A is gonna get that disc, setting that down through, as it's gonna be looking close. And it's gonna be looking like if the stack from Rebrand can get it, they might be able to, but it'll be Albert saving the day once again. And sending it through as Kenny's gonna get that disc, slowing it back down, doing a little bit of a reverse, putting that car in reverse as Tosi's gonna put it back and forward, gonna be keeping that momentum as they're gonna be trying to find a connection as that Hobo is gonna try and go for it, but that solo's not gonna make it as Albert's gonna send that down to mid once again.
And Stacks now off to the races once more. But I am impressed. One thing I'm noticing here as the shot goes out, fading away. So again, the degree of difficulty on those shots, very high. I think Nautilus, they've been great this round, but they have to be careful with their shot selection because, well, that's a great one right there. But you see, bringing it up closer, because some of those threes they've been taking are quite low percentage. And even for a master tier player to be making, with like the fadeaways and whatnot. So, you know, you can't be too content saying, okay, well, we had a 2 or 3 goal lead. You want to keep that pressure on. Go for the highest percentage shots and passing plays in order to secure, you know, just the best possible chance at a goal.
Gotta make sure that you tighten up those defenses and offenses as you just want to continuously push. You gotta make sure that, like, yeah, you want to be respectful and say, oh, I don't want to leave them in the dust, making a mercy. But at the same time, you need to get that MMRs. It's gonna be Hobo with that save, as he's gonna be there to save the day once again, as it's not gonna make that pass down through, but Kenny's gonna get that disc once again, gonna be trying to find that connection, gonna be just doing a little bit of floor riding, sliding along, looking for something, as we are only a minute 20 in or out.
I want to say
in, out, whatever. Yeah, it's the same.
I think you mean floor riding. Am I right, chat? But Cyan here with a back out to Kenny. And time now definitely on the side. So this is going to mean aggressive defense needs to come out really quickly here. And some turnovers need to be caused. They're down by 7, and this is going to put so much pressure on Rebrand to be scoring in the last minute of play. So playing this nicely, great pace, great passes at that, and one more on the execution, and they could have themselves that goal. So wound right into Albert's hands, and they got it. But I love the control. That was the important thing. You see, that time, they did not force anything. They just played it beautifully to dissect that defense.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are going to be out of mathematical time for this match, and it was a great match as for the third round. Sorry, like, if we were to put this in a timeline, the first round was super even and all that, and it was only a 5-4, but when we get to the second round, it was a great side from Rebrand doing some great momentum, but that momentum's going to be good from Nautilus. Is going to be trying to go for that final 3-point, but it's going to be Kenny going to be trying to solo, going to pass it down, but it'll be Hobo with the disc, securing the last save. It is going to Nautilus for the third round, coming back as Rebrand is going to unfortunately lose, but that does not mean they still had some great plays, as Hobo doing some great saves, and just all around, both sides doing a great loads of work.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, just in case my stats don't work out there on our other screen, let me real quickly show you guys the ones here on stream, just for posterity, just in case.
Oh, that's weird.
Before they all reset. And then I'll bring you properly to the highlights here, and we'll hope for the best, shall we? Because, yeah, that was a stellar game. For sure. Anytime it goes to the 3 rounds, you know the competition was cooking, and cooking it was. Smells delicious. Let's see what the stat screen has to bring us over on the other side. And it is indeed looking mighty fine. So good. Courtesy IgniteVR.gg, of course, and Spark. Go download it. Whether you're a caster or a player or otherwise, you need it. But on that note, yeah, JG, what do you think of these stats?
I was gonna say is it was a little bit goofy as we got twins from both sides of Nautilus and Rebrand with Space and Toasty both getting 7, and on Nautilus' side we have Kenny and Albert both with 9, and then you got the other player with a 3-point difference for both of that. That's really weird. I think that's the weird part is that the 2 points they both have the same, and then the other player that scored has a 3-point difference between the two. So I don't know. It's just I noticed the weirdest details, Palidore. But yeah,
Too many numbers.
It's gonna be too many numbers. Numbers hurt my brain as the possession is gonna be a lot more on Rebrand's side with a 53-47. Not a lot, but still it can mean a lot in time as there's 2 minutes more that they had. But Nautilus did have some great plays and all of that as they did. They played well and they came back. Maybe they got out of the autopilot. They got out of that frump at that second round and they just pushed forward and pushed forward. They did as this was an 11-2 match. As this was fun. This was very interesting to see some very close shots. As there's some dings earlier on that looks like it possibly would have been a 3, but those shots didn't make it. But it was a great feat to watch as. This game is over as Nautilus will take it in 2.
All right, well, with that, everyone in the Twitch chat, thanks for joining us so much across our streams. We had, of course, venues over the weekend, yesterday, EU and NA. Those were some phenomenal matches across the board. We've had every day of the week, pretty much all season long, with very, very few exceptions, of casts all throughout. Winding down now this second to final week, so the penultimate week of this season, regular season play. But especially this month, you know, the casts have been busy. VRML 1, 2, 3, and so on. Yesterday we had 4 channels live for Echo Arena VRML at the same time for our first time ever.
That's awesome.
And it's a lot of it, just credit to our casting team and the new recruits who have come in here, including JG and so many others across the day and across the month. So, hey, we're getting there. Thank you guys for your support as ever, always. And congrats to the side here of Nautilus for the 3-round win. But with that, I've been Palidore once again. That is JG, who's been my co-caster the last couple of matches. And until next time, this has been VR Master League Echo Arena. Thank you for watching. Be happy, healthy, safe, and always good to each other. We'll see you again pretty soon. Season 3 of VR Master League Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Rebuff Reality, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.